is rivalry night in Louisville. You're either Kentucky or you're Louisville, but you can't be both. Kentucky makes the short 79-mile trip west from Lexington to take on the Louisville Cardinals, both looking for a big midweek win tonight.
Difference maker pitch for her over her previous 2 years in a Louisville Cardinal uniform, and she hasn't been on track with that pitch so far this season, and she starts off with a great strikeout and a curveball.
Sure does. To the leadoff hitter, Hutchins. We expected her to have the production she's had.
I've just been so impressed with her all season long. I think one of the top freshmen in the SEC, really can play any position on the field, has settled into left field, out RBI. They've been able to deliver in the clutch.
1-0, that's rolled over to third. Alexander on to second to get the lead out, and they turn the double play to end the inning.
Steal bases, and that is the Louisville Cardinal team. They're not going to score in a hurry, not a lot of home runs, but a lot of base hits and a lot of steals.
Roller to first, tough play, but made. Borzalleri, who fumbled it momentarily, dives over to the bat. Get the speedy Easton Lotus at the start of the lineup. Laid down a bunt. Chelsea Mack, the throw over, not in time. And that is exactly what we're talking about, Carol. The small ball and ability to bunt for hits.
Reading the defense, and put your seatbelt on, because she's going to be going at a matter of time here.
How about right now? First pitch of the at-bat, she swipes her 16th bag
Every game.
She lifts one into shallow center field, and it falls down in front of Sullivan. Mack gets the wave, and Louisville's got to run early. An RBI single from Alexander
just being aggressive. This is a pitch on the outer half. She stays over the plate and gets enough of the bat on it. Not a well-hit ball, but a well-placed ball. And with max speed, that ball has no chance at the plate. I would have liked to have seen that ball go right to second base to prevent Alexander.
Here comes the seventh pitch of the at-bat. That's skied into center field. Sullivan over there, called off by the left fielder, Blum, who makes the catch on the warning track. 2 down.
Well, that ball looked like a little routine.
Cameron Luckadoo. Sharply hit to short. Reisner on to first, but she sails it over the head of the first baseman. Alexander comes in to score, and Louisville has jumped out to a 2-0 lead.
Very deflating for Kentucky defense. This play should get Kentucky out of the inning. Reisner moves her feet, gets over in front of the ball, and then just sails it. Lets go of it way too high. No chance for Borzalleri over there, and this has been the story for the Kentucky defense, and this is where you need that leadership on the infield. You see no one really, all they've done so far is not be able to stop Louisville, and that's got to change for Kentucky. It's going to be a long game.
Cut on and missed. It's the second strikeout of the inning for Fall, but Louisville jumps out early. 2-0 after 1. Watts, the sophomore cleanup hitter for the Wildcats. Team high 366 batting average on the season. And she rips one into left field for a base hit. Leadoff batter is aboard in the second for
foot, keeps her barrel back, and is able to flare it into left field.
Hallie Mitchell squares around to bunt, and the small ball forces Louisville to commit an error. Hard roller to second, underhand flip from Lotus onto first, the throw home not in time. Kentucky's got its first run of the day.
Well, good base running by Plotz. Just being aggressive. Lotus is playing in. This ball's hit hard. And once there's a throw over to first base, Peyton Plotz says, look, we're going to be aggressive too. I'm going to throughout her entire career.
2-2. Looped. Caught in a double play. Taylor Monroe, the shortstop, on the run, makes the catch and can quickly step on second.
put every single ball in play. No strikeouts so far today.
Sharply hit to second. Donaldson on to first. One quick out here to start the second inning.
You want from your veteran pitcher, come in, get the first quick out.
Thatcher lifts it into the air, shallow left center field. Easy play for Reisner, the shortstop. 2 outs on the last 2 pitches for this Kentucky defense. And
Pitch. But even though that pitch, was not a competitive pitch, it bounced. It gives the hitter something else to think about. Kind of creates a busy mind for the hitter.
Whipped through the 5-6 hole, and that's into left field for a 2-out base hit for Taylor Monroe.
Slap, really pound it through the infield into the outfield.
She does slap it right at the left fielder, though, in Blum, and that ends the inning. Louisville still leads 2 innings complete at home, 2-1 over Kentucky. In the country at the time, their first loss after starting 28-0.
Yeah, they are clearly above and away the best conference in the country right now.
Emery Donaldson right at the center fielder, and Chelsea Mack.
Can be safe, but the outfield plays regular depth, so it just opens up a lot of holes between the infield and outfield.
Chops it right back to the pitcher, and Zabala's on to first for the second out.
And it being down 3-1, a hitter's count, she's able to come back with that first strike.
Slow roller left side. That's fielded by Alexander, who whips it over to first in time. 1, 2, 3 go the Cats in the third. Louisville bats coming up next.
Long time. They've been around the game a long time, and both have had very successful careers in the sport. Played for the late, great Elaine Sortino, one of the most decorated coaches in our game, and they carry on her passion, her legacy as well.
Chelsea Mack squares around a bunt, right back to the pitcher, Hendiges, who fires over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. They were even...
she's got a full count here, but in general, she's been working from ahead, 0-1, 0-2. Really kind of changing the tempo of the game for Kentucky, but she does give up the walk.
To start relying on your top arms, and she said that means Hendiges is just going to get more and more innings. That came inside and hits Despines. So a walk and a hit batter in the last 2, and Louisville's roller to first, picked up by Borzilleri. She steps on the bag. Both runners do advance. The Cardinals have a couple in scoring position.
Ball spinning up through the zone, really challenging Louisville. Also that off-speed pitch.
There's the off-speed, and she gets her out in front with a swing and a miss to end the inning. On the other side, we'll talk. Another 3-2 to Blum. Earns the walk. The second time Allie Blum has been over to first with a walk. First time that she's allowed a base runner since the second inning when there was no outs. Borzilleri lays down a bunt. She does her job with the sacrifice. That moves Blum into scoring position.
Make it competitive, but with a base open and Kentucky's best hitter here, very important for Louisville to be careful, and they do indeed walk Peyton Plotz.
It's a 5-pitch walk, so Kentucky's now got runners.
Now Kentucky being a little more patient.
Whipped on the ground to second base. The flip from Lotus. Monroe on to first is not in time, but Louisville does get 1 out. And there's runners on the corners for Kentucky with 2 down. Cassie Reisner skies it in the air, stays in the infield for Lotus, the second baseman, and that ends the inning. Louisville stays on top 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th, and we'll talk.
Hendiges was the number 2 pitcher on that staff and actually has pitched in the Women's College World Series, so she's been on a big stage.
Flared out to right field by Grant. That's a long run over for Plotz, but there's 1 away. Hasn't been there as much as they'd like it to be this year because of the injuries that she's constantly had to battle. Pops it up, foul territory, left side, and it's grabbed by the third baseman, Hutchins.
You just have all kinds of things happening. It's so much fun.
That ball is crushed deep left field, and Taylor Monroe goes yard. Second home run of the season for the freshman, and she's given Louisville a 2-run lead.
Taylor Monroe had an impressive first at bat, which it ended up in a single. This one is a pitch low in the zone, and she is just on time and elevates her barrel. And in this wind, it was a no-doubter. Goes all the way to the road. It bounces off.
And start talking about her without us asking a question about Monroe. Just goes to show that they think she can be really good in the future. Sharply hit ground ball to third. Hutchins goes to first. And that ends the. Have you found more blue back in your wardrobe again?
I have found more blue.
Looped into left field. That's a base hit. Carissa Hamilton, the leadoff hitter in the inning for Kentucky.
Close to the base. Peyton Plotz there really being aggressive.
Ripped into right field. It's down for another base hit for Emery Donaldson. Kentucky's got the first two aboard, and the tying run is at first for the Cats.
Well, if you can, the longer it's rolling, the better chance you have to be safe. So Louisville trying to offset that by shortening the field.
2 strikes against Sullivan. She's got to swing away, and she cuts right through it. First batter that Sam Booth.
Drop ball nicely right at her knees on the inner half. Probably the best pitch Booth has thrown since she's been in the game.
But she ends up walking Hutchins here. Bases are loaded for Kentucky. Bases loaded. Tying run is in scoring position. Go-ahead run is on first. With a freshman at the plate who earns a 4-pitch walk, and Kentucky has just cut the lead to 1 on a bases loaded walk. Huge moment for both teams in a 1-run game with the bases loaded. Got her to swing and miss low in the zone. Great off-speed from Sam Boo to get the second out of the inning. Tying run at third, go-ahead run in scoring position. 1-run game. Here comes the full count pitch. And she walked her in. Kentucky's tied it at 3. The 0-2. Skied up, stays in center field. Mack with the grab ends the inning to keep this tied at 3. Looking for from Mack here.
No extra base hits on the season for Chelsea Mack, so you really want to shorten the field, take away those blue pits between the infield, outfield, take away the short game, and that's a huge
The first out of the inning, and not only no extra base hits in the season, but none in her career. Bunt laid down, the throw over is in time to get Allie Alexander. 2 quick out. Eighth pitch of the at-bat from Hendigas. Cold strike 3 on the inside corner. A 1-2.
Aggressive, getting the first run of the game, and then being very patient at the plate, drawing walks.
That ball is launched into left field, long run back, and Luckadoo grabs it right in front of the wall.
You're going to scratch, you're going to claw. She's hit an inside pitch foul, outside pitch foul, just battling.
And on the 8th pitch of the at-bat, Hamilton earns the walk. Emery Donaldson whips it over towards second base. That's grabbed by Lotus on the run. Sullivan right back up the middle. Lotus zips it over to first, and that ends the inning. Bottom 6 we go in Louisville, tied at 3. Starts a win against her former team.
This game just has all kinds of emotions attached to it, and for some players a little more than others, and just a huge strike out there for Hendigas, who's been so impressive in relief in this game.
Back-to-back strikeouts for her.
That was a good one. That one actually, that really did mean something.
Tough as they come. Great at bat. Madison Pickens earns the walk after fouling off a couple 2-strike pitches, and Louisville's got a runner on with just 1 out in the moment. Runner takes off. The throw down to second is in time. What a throw from Hamilton, who just a couple pitches ago took a foul ball off the mask.
Nice throw by Hamilton, even better because Grant steps over the plate. steps over the plate. We had a delayed dead ball from the home plate umpire. Watch how she steps across the plate. That is batter interference immediately. But also she's called. So Rachel.
2-1. Way out in front of the off speed. Got her to chase out of the zone. Runner takes off for second. And now Pickens is into scoring position.
And that's what can happen against a time with an off speed. Easy stolen base.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner to Hasty. Ends the inning and strands a runner in scoring position. Tie game going to the 7th in Louisville. Where you want to be. Hutchins lays down a bunt first base side, and it perfectly dies in fair territory. Wow, bunt single to begin it for Allie Hutchins, and the go-ahead run is on first with nobody out. Blum squares around a bunt, lays it down right in front of the plate. There is no play. Wow. Back-to-back bunt singles, and there are runners on first and second and no outs. Great point. They kind of intentionally walked plots once tonight when first base was open. Borzilleri does lay down the bunt. The throw from Alexander is in time, so she does her job with the sack bunt.
We're going to have to be the one, so to speak, from game to game, and now it's going to be Hallie Mitchell to have that opportunity.
Well, exactly what you thought would happen. Intentional walk, 4 pitches that were really not close to the zone whatsoever. That hits Mitchell. A run comes in for Kentucky, and the Cats take their first lead of the day in the top of the 7th.
A little bit tough in the circle for Louisville, just trying to find the right combination.
Clark rips it into center field. Blum is in. Plotz gets held at third. Kentucky adds another, and it's 5-3 Cats in the 7th. Position for Kentucky, and it comes when it matters most.
Madison Clark has been the starter at second base, did not get the nod today, and makes the most of her opportunity in a pinch hitting role. This pitch is elevated up over the plate. She keeps her hands strong, her barrel high. They're really having a good understanding of the strike zone.
High chopper to short, come home with it, just in time. Nice throw from Monroe. That gets Plotz out at home for the force out, the lead runner. 2 outs in the inning, base is still loaded.
Now speed and direction of the ball can create a lot of outs, and this ball isn't hit with a lot of pace, but it is right at Monroe at shortstop. She does not have any lateral. An easy play for the shortstop.
Donaldson on the first pitch, lifts it high in the air, left center field, diving attempt, can't come away with it. A bases clearing, extra base hit. It's a triple for Donaldson, and Kentucky has scored 5 in the inning.
Kentucky's one of the best teams in the SEC, and 2-out RBI. And Donaldson takes a pitch on the inner half of the plate, elevates her barrel, and is thinking 3 all the way. She clears the bases. What an inning for Kentucky. And what a big hit, an extra base hit. We've seen several bunt base hits. Obviously the walk by Peyton Plotz, just another walk here from Sullivan. I mean, what an inning here for Kentucky, and this is what
2-2 to Hutchins. It's in the dirt. Runner from first takes off. There's no throw. Couple runners in scoring position.
And what you're looking for again is when is the ball out of the hand of Brooke Gray? Not just motion from the runner, but when is her foot actually off the base? And you get a look there, and it looks like her foot is clearly off the base, and that would be an out. And
the call is she left early. That's an out to end the inning. But Carroll, a 5-run 7th inning, and the big swing was in extra runs when they had to tonight. 9-1-2 due up for Louisville. Taylor Monroe with a slow roller to third. Hutchins zips it across the diamond, and there's one away. She's in danger of losing her 4-game hit streak. Had a really nice series against Duke this past weekend. cut on and miss at the off-speed. Strikeout 6 for Hindigas.
What do you have out there in those stress innings, and how can they handle them? And she's done a very good job today.
Mack rolls it to second underneath the glove of Donaldson, and with 2 outs and down 5 runs, Chelsea Mack trying to spark any
ball cleanly. There's no way she's going to throw out Mack.
Popped up, shallow left field. Blum makes the grab, and Kentucky comes from behind to take down Louisville 8-3 thanks to a 5-run 7th inning.
Just an impressive comeback, really, by Kentucky. Kind of were on their heels early in this game. They fought back, they stayed in the game, and their offense found a way to win it with the short game, long ball. Just an impressive battle won from Kentucky.
4th straight win in the series for the Cats. They've now won 8 of the last 9 over their rival Louisville, and they do it in dramatic fashion, being down the entire game 3-3 in the 7th. They score 5 runs in the 7th inning to win it 8-3.